Hello and welcome back to the biggest drama on MoAre5. You can see the draft here between CL and Star. We do see Mayans, Burmese, Aztecs and Malay band, as well as Byzantines and Italians. Let's go on the first game, and I'm going to start the very early seconds of the game because I want to talk a little bit about the drama from an admin's point of view. Tournament and players, the admins really get screwed by several things, I feel. Now, first up, Steam, of course, decided to release the Volatile Kingdoms 5.7, was it? The update from Steam, at least the HD update. And that meant that I think it was Trirem at the time already, before that China build. Thanks, by the way, doing great jobs. And they had to put up a new patch for the AOC for Woobly. So Volatile Kingdoms 5.7 was released, and there was a version 5.6 which was now unrated and also a little bit bugged. CL actually played Incas without the llama, and I think it was Keith who detected that mistake. Not sure who he was playing against, but he said, no, I want to have that llama with the Incas here. So at that weekend where the Volatile Kingdoms 5.6 was actually unrated, so no games online for the admins to actually post recorded games, I had to wait for the players to send them. And on that weekend, on that day, I think it was Friday or Saturday, we also had to have some games played at 5.7 because only there the Inca wasn't bugged. Now the thing is, Trirem, I think, gave us a quick fix, a quick update on the Volatile Kingdoms, and 5.6 was renewed, was without mistakes then, but became, at least in Woobly terms, 5.6.1. What's the drama here? If you didn't see it, and I guess most of you know about it, drama is next weekend after that one, CL and st4rk here now playing. We're supposed to play this game, both players showed up in time, but the thing was, st4rk had the newer version, 5.6.1 in Woobly terms. Didn't say that on the Volatile Kingdom side, only said it on the Woobly Game Mod Center actually, and when you have the wrong game, I also said that, I guess. I didn't really see that error message. So 5.6.1 from st4rk, the version that actually wasn't buggy, so probably supposed to be played, but us admins didn't know that this was actually called 5.6.1, so we couldn't really post, hey, that's the new game version, you have to play this. And CL, being very busy with family, job, whatever, I guess, he didn't know about the bugged version, about the new version, and he tried to get it then. And both players, as I said, showed up in time, and there's the next thing that screwed us up. So Woobly, I guess it was necessary for Woobly to recognize this version as 5.6.1. Did not tell us that, because how could we know? Maybe we could have researched, of course. And then there was the Chinese firewall that made sure that CL was not able to actually install, download and install the correct Volatile Kingdoms update files. And that meant whenever he tried to update it, and there was a lot of help from Tato, I think, from Neely, Lanchi was there, I'm not sure, Mem tried to help as well, I guess. And all the players tried to tell him, what do you have to do? Of course, with Chinese and English-speaking players, it's difficult. So it took quite some time. CL was then watching Tato's stream, I think, or Neely's stream. Neely explained like what to do. And then after like 1.5 hours, shortly before actually CL was able to get the correct files through VPN, I think, or something like that, how do you call that? After 1.5 hours, st4rk was so pissed, he decided, sorry, still not 100%, but he decided, yeah, I'm going to leave the game room now, I've been waiting long enough, wasting a lot of time, posted an AOC zone with a big, quite dramatic thread asking for an admin win, and he just left saying CL did not show up in time whatsoever, and it was a very difficult situation. Now, at this point in the game, in the winners bracket, we didn't want to have any admin win, so Chima decided to give them another week. It makes sense, to be honest. CL showed up with the right version of the game. As you can see, game 1 just running, but the drama didn't stop there, because we had some minor drama in these games as well. I wasn't there, I didn't see it live, but I've heard, ooh, a villager, no, it's got loom, so we'll be able to kill the wolf. And actually, first game, players starting after the draft, and the setting was Arabia. So now st4rk complaining later on, yeah, CL knew my civilization at the start, of course. Stark also knew that CL was going Turks here. As you can see, Stark has Spanish right now. But that was the first thing, the first game which we are watching right now, where Stark actually probably felt pissed off a little bit again. Now, to be honest, I'm really not a big fan of Stark's behavior throughout the tournament, because it's also, and it says about sportsmanship, and Stark got a right to be pissed, but you can handle it in a better way, I guess. Now, we are going to see more games till the grand finals, but I hope the drama can be reduced as far as possible. This was the most dramatic series, I'm sure. And let's go for the maps now, actually. What do we have here? Stark with the Spanish, got this third gold forward outside. Got a main gold safe in the back, but a little bit trapped in forest. Second gold safe in the back. So the map quite decent. Main stone safe in the back. The second stone actually blocking one of these gates here, but I guess it's not a big problem. There is one more gate, so the map is not bugged. And I think we can agree that even if it doesn't, if the rules doesn't state that, maybe if you don't have a gate to the outside, you could consider your map bugged. And I think it didn't happen in the tournament. Not sure about it. Let's go for CL. CL with Turks here has the main gold and a main stone safe in the back, but he's not on stone actually, so not going for Genesis and Castle Age. Second gold safe, extra stone, extra gold. Very awesome map for him. Third gold on the left hand side outside. Of course, one really close to space here, another one on the right hand side close. This one, I guess, technically in the neutral zone. One more relic and another extra gold here, and it's really close to the Stark. Didn't show the deer, it doesn't really matter. Stark still on the way to Castle Age. CL actually is up there already, going with a monastery now. Nice little blockade in front of TC already, and one TC coming up between the main gold and the main stone, not so far away from the wood line. We are not seeing TC number 3 yet, but CL was up quite early, so it makes sense that he cannot go for 3 TCs plus monastery immediately. Still has some time, it's not even 60 minutes. And Stark, nice little wall off here, got enough stone for a castle. He was with 4 or 5 villagers on stone here, and a castle coming up in front of the main TC, protecting most of his base here actually. And Stark with the 2 golds and the main stone safe in the back will be happy with that castle post coming in from him as well. And we're going to see, I guess, some conquistadors, some monks on the field, and looks like Stark could go aggressive because CL not going for that castle, not going for Janissaries. Carto, what is Carto going in? I guess Stark just clicked Carto because why not? Doesn't really matter. I guess there was a... yeah, there was an AOC zone post about me not knowing about the cartography upgrade. And we have CL now with third castle, with third TC, sorry, actually up. A few farms coming up around that, close to the wood, close to the gold. Really nice TC spot in my opinion. And we have the first monk out probably, trying to get that relic. Actually 3 idle villagers where the berries were before. Not too good. Stark should find, CL should find them. There we go. Oh, I'm not confusing the names too much. Lightcap upgrade, of course, for free, but the first journey is first conquistadors coming out here, and we don't see a monastery for Stark yet. I'm surprised by that. But he's got the second TC up and a third TC on the wood line here. Second TC on the wood line, not too far away from the goals. So both players actually going for mini boom and few military units, but it's only monks or conquistadors for now. And actually CL able to grab 2 relics at least. Is that number 3 coming up? I think there was one another one here before. No, it's actually on the gold. I saw that. Stark can see this relic on the gold. He can see the other 2 relics. So he's got a good scouting here. CL can also see the relics. I think he's missing one, but he can see all of them right now. Should go for that one close to space, I guess, to have 3 safe relics. That wouldn't hurt for him. A few more houses coming up. Game's going relatively slow, and now a little bit of action with the conquistadors moving forward, actually taking on a lot of monks here. And yeah, CL a little bit unhappy about that, but I guess he started the conversions too late, maybe didn't see the conquistadors in time. And of course Stark is going aggressive now, while still going for the boom here with actually 4 TCs, so he's going for a big boom. And therefore delaying his Imperial Age time a little bit. I guess he can afford it, because Conquistadors and later on maybe even Paladins is possible, and will be good army combination. Spanish are very versatile, to call it like that. Got a lot of options here. Handcard coming from CL. Stark only now doing wheelbarrow of 24 minutes into the game, a little bit late, but he went for Conquistadors, so it makes sense. And the castle now coming up from CL, and CL will be able to click up maybe even before the 25-minute mark. It's possible. Can you garrison your villagers, then you would be fine. Laying that a little bit. But that's alright, he doesn't really need need to rush to Imperial Age here. Of course, Stark with quite a good amount of conquistadors on the field already, and a siege workshop coming up. 80 against 69 villages, and Stark's villager numbers are rising, so he's still low on resources, going for heavy plow now, it makes sense. But once he stops villager production or stops to spend a lot of food on the conquistadors, he will be able to get all the resources from Imperial Age very fast. Now Imperial Age halfway done from CL. We do see that siege workshop up forward and a battering ram coming out to attack the walls here, I guess. Looks like Stark now wants to go in with the military units he has, and on the outside CL actually still continuing to grab the relics from everywhere. I'm really surprised that Stark did not go for the relics at all, because against 3, 4, 5 relics you don't want to play, and 5 relics for Trooks player, that's even worse in my opinion. You don't want to give them to the Aztecs, but you don't want to give them to the Turks either. Now we have CL up to Imperial Age. We are probably going to see bombard cannons soon. Actually stables up, so we do see a few camels being created, bloodlines on the way, conscription on the way. Do we see siege workshop here? Yes, one, but only mangonel coming out, and a second castle between the main TC and a second TC guarding the main gold. Actually, pretty nice castle spot. The thing is, CL will lose that house, and the conquistadors should be able to go in. Ooh, nice mangonel dropping out, not killing a conquistador, that's too many HP on them, but doing a little bit of damage here. Was a good shot, and the Rams now moving forward, but there's that castle that will make sure that Stark can actually not go for raiding here. Now those conquistadors are covering the wood line for now. They're going back. The siege workshop will go down. Heavy camel on the way for CL. Plate Barney armor as well. Stark almost up to Imperial Age now. Makes sense. He is ahead with villagers, of course, by actually 28 right now, and that's a lot. Military-wise, pretty much the same numbers. Heavy camels should be good against those unupgraded conquistadors. Only +1 defense, and we do see awesome tracking. Halberdier, plate mail armor, iron casting, 2 men. So a lot of upgrades coming up for Stark here. And that one ram actually taking down the siege workshop. I think there was a blacksmith here probably. And finally the ram is dying. Of course, no castles going down yet. The first Janissary is on the way. And Stark is preparing halberdiers with a lot of barracks and siege workshops coming up. Capped ram, I guess siege ram is the idea from Stark. Makes sense. CL in the meantime going forward with the castle probably. And a lot of villagers going to cover the third gold from Stark here. And I guess Stark will need to go for a few trebuchets. Stone Shaft Mining Blast Furnace coming in from Stark as well. He's doing a lot of upgrades. Yeah, that's the traps coming up. You can't see this castle because we got an outpost here. And this castle is no surprise. Stark now filling the cap rams with halberdiers, sending the other one behind that. But we have Janissaries on the field, so the halberdiers are actually not that strong at this point. And I guess elite skirmishers might have been a good option here as well. We have seen Spanish siege rams and elite skirmishers being used very, very effectively. For now, the castle losing a lot of HP because there's 1, 2 trebuchets now hitting that castle. Stark in the meantime, CL in the meantime going for that gold. First 2 bombard cannons are out because there's forward siege workshop. And actually Stark's pretty open here except for those houses, but they can go down really fast. In the meantime, Stark moving forward with 6 siege rams and a lot of halberdiers inside them. This is a beautiful attack. CL almost got no military units at home, almost none. There's a few Janissaries, and of course the villagers can try to take down the siege rams, but the halberdiers will do some damage there. And that castle in the back here is actually going down. CL going in as well, using the bombard cannons to attack those trebuchets, and that's 1 trip going down, but the bombard cannons also falling because Stark is focus firing on those bombard cannons. The castle actually standing. The thing is, CL losing the castle in the middle. He's going to lose the stables here. He may even lose in this town center, and the halberdiers now starting to raid everywhere. The monastery will go down fast, and CL is not faster than Stark with pushing here. You can see not the bombard cannon being microed against the trebuchets, but the villagers still trying to repair. Only 1 trap remaining now. A few more halberdiers being created. The thing is, in CL space, the halberdiers are running and attacking everywhere. Look at this TC, it's going down fast. A lot of idle villages here from CL, and actually CL calling GG. Stark got rid of most of CL space. CL didn't have the economy to come back from this, and his push pretty much failed after he wasn't able to get the trebuchets and the castles down fast enough, and there's the counterattack with the halberdiers. So Stark taking the first game in a very drama-heavy series. Let's go into game number 2 now. Game 2, it's time to look at the civilizations actually, because For me, CL's draft seems very strange. Incas, okay, very good civilization, but Franks, Magyars and Mongols, not really the best arena civs. Not sure about this. Britons, Ethiopians, Indians, Berbers are actually pretty decent, depending on the player and the playstyle, I guess. Let's go into game 2. We have st4rk playing as the Ethiopians against CL, Incas. st4rk's base, main gold and main stone safe in the back, but pretty wide here. The second stone actually working as some kind of natural wall up. Second gold forward outside, third gold forward outside. st4rk, palisade walling here, and by that taking the deer inside his base, also saving one relic. There is a second relic not so far away from his base. The players are really close, one relic in between the two players. Actually st4rk saying you're not tower hopping me, going with the palisade here. One relic on the left hand side and this one closer to CL. You can see in CL's base, second stone and third gold forward and outside. The main gold forward, the second gold safe in the back, an extra gold actually here in the back. And the main stone on the side, backish, extra berries here as well, which you could use, maybe building a TC around here. Would be useful. Both players on the way to Castle Age, pretty much neck and neck. But looks like CL got one more villager. Did st4rk go for Loom? Did he lose a villager? Did he lose some time somehow? Not sure about it. But CL seems to be faster in this game and going with a lot of villagers on gold. Barracks is up. We're going to see Eagle Scouts and later on probably Eagle Warriors. But no tower rush here for the Incas. It would have been possible. I guess it would have been a good idea even. Let's see how CL is going to play this. And if he's going with a Siege Workshop and Monastery immediately, or are we going to see pure Monk Rush, which is again unlikely for me. I don't know what his plan is. Let's see. We do see one TC coming up on the wood line, and that second gold safe in the back. Nice TC spot, and a monastery coming up here. Good amount of food and gold in the bank. Boso on the way, and I guess we might see Eagle Warrior very soon. We have then st4rk with a TC coming up on the wood line and one TC coming up on the main gold. Nice triangle here together with the main stone. And he's also walling the left hand side of the 4 houses, market, blacksmith and so on. He's actually going with walls here. As you can see, one Eagle Scout attacking the palisade wall. st4rk saying, nope, I'm going to stonewall this. I have the stone. I am on stone actually with a lot of villagers. And looks like st4rk may be able to go for a castle very soon. Having 3 TCs and a mini boom, it makes sense to get a castle here. And I'm surprised, no, not surprised, but I would like to see actually the, what are they called, Ethiopians, the infantry unit. I don't know right now, an infantry unit in action. I'm going to find out soon. I hope I'm going to remember. Now we have that monastery and siege workshop up. Double monastery actually from CL is going for monks and Eagle Scouts. The monks from Incas are missing some upgrades, I think. They're not like Aztecs with all the upgrades, and of course no extra HP. But they are quite decent, and together with the Eagle Scouts, actually a nice combination here. And we're going to see that castle in front of the main TC from st4rk. Makes a lot of sense here. Eagle Scouts moving in, no Eagle Warrior done yet, wheelbarrow coming up. And that monk is going to die. The ram will need to go back or attack on the left hand side. I think st4rk should be able to defend from that first attack from CL. CL going with 30C now on the woodline here in the back as well. Not going for a stone as far as I can see. And still riches and gold, obviously. We have st4rk, low on resources, not going for any military units, but he's safe for now. That castle is doing a lot for him, and he's actually double walling here to make sure there's no siege tower hop, I guess. And one villager here on that single farm, looking quite funny for me, but it's alright, it's useful actually. Monks and Eagle Scouts going to the left hand side, wheelbarrow coming in from st4rk here. I still don't know how these infantry units are called. I want to find out. I want to know now, actually. How is that damn unit called? It's Shotel Warriors. I didn't remember. Could be interesting to see them against the Eagle Warriors, Eagle Scouts, whatsoever. The monks should be good against the Shotels, but they are quite cheap, I think. Are they cheap? Maybe they're not so cheap, but they're quite fast. High attack power, and I think their creation time is quite low as well. One mangonel are going to stop that ram from going forward. Redemption Sanctity coming in from CL. So the mangonel will be rendered useless. I guess st4rk could go with the tower here if we wanted to. He's going for a lot of villagers, 72 against 62 wills. So the mini boom is working. CL doing handcut right now. And actually st4rk has the TC number 4 on the woodline, didn't see this, but he's going for economy again. That's what st4rk is usually doing. There's that mangonel trying to defend, but first monk attacking, and st4rk recognizing the situation, going to destroy that mangonel immediately. Now st4rk going with the second castle, because he was about to lose the market here. He decided to delete that market, but that means Eagle Scouts going in. The castle will still go up, and that means st4rk will be safe. The 4 TCs will provide a lot of protection for the villagers, and those Eagle Scouts without any any upgrades, I guess. Maybe +1? No, not even that. They are going to go down fast. There is a Shotel moving in. 2 Eagles against the Shotel. We know this is ending, but there shouldn't be too many villages going down. Stark now with 2 castles is safe doing handcard, and he will be able to go up to Imperial Age quite soon. With 87 against 66 villages, CL is on the way to Imp, but he does have... Oh, that's wrong. He's got enough castle for... Enough stone for a castle. Shotel Warriors moving out against the monks. 1 conversion, 2, 3, 4 conversions actually for 2 monks. Very nice trade-off here from CL. Castle will go up, and there is a few barracks coming up here. Imperial Age on the way. Men-at-Arms to be done before Imperial Age hitting, so he could go for Longswordsman immediately. And I guess we're going to see Trebuchets very soon. Now, Stark also clicked up to Imperial Age. Heavy Plow on the way. Squares tracking for CL. And Stark is actually going for the Shotels here. Makes sense. I guess CL should switch to Slingers. The thing is, Stark can go for those pesky onagers or siege onagers. They will be really strong. First trebuchet on the way, and Stark still has to wait like 1.5 minutes before he can go for counter traps. And I think CL should be able to protect those trebuchets with the monks and Shotels he has right now, also Long Swordsman. A second castle coming up next to the first one. I would love to see Kamayuks here, that would be really interesting, but I'm not sure if it's the right unit choice. 200 swordsmen on the way, so CL is just going for the standard infantry, and I think it's a good idea because you can mass those easier. And Stark is still waiting for the imp upgrade. Stark repairing the castle, actually only 2 villages repairing. Instead he's using his stone to get a castle up in between the 4 TCs, protecting the main gold even further. And he's got a lot of those Shotel warriors already. Only +1 defense, but it's alright for now. +2 in a way. Goldhaft mining coming in conscription. And there is an outpost coming up from Stark to see what's happening. The trebuchet is moving to the left hand side, immediately attacking the second castle, and 2 more traps on the way. The 200 swordsmen and the few converted Shotel warriors moving forward, but now staying behind because the TC is waiting. Thing is, Stark is losing a lot of castles. Did he go for Elite Shotel warrior? No, didn't have the resources yet. So now Stark is only on 1 castle, producing more of the Shotel space, low on food. He is quite low on gold. He's losing castles and TCs. There's 4 trebuchets, and Stark doesn't have any trebuchet at all, so he needs to move out at some time. The thing is, CL has more military units, and those Shotel warriors, well, they are quite strong with a very high attack power. Once they get converted, they will be very useful for CL as well. And those trebuchets are attacking everything, taking down a lot of buildings here, and CL is just reinforcing his army, going for more and more. Stark going for, I don't know, nothing right now. It's not even producing any longer. CL doing the champion upgrade and going for castle number 3. Going forward into Stark's base even more. Stark moving out of the few villagers. Probably gonna try and escape. I don't see a lot of outside resources. Actually, there's the 3rd goal that he could use. And we do see a fight between Shotels and 200 swordsmen. Now champions soon to be done. The monks need to start and convert here. The castle is up. That means the trebuchets will fall, but so will those Shotel warriors. I don't think there's a lot of survivors here. And now champion upgrade done. The champions should be able to deal with those Shotels because they got a lot more HP, and Stark actually calling GG here. Game 2 going to CL. And it's game 3 coming up. Franks, Magyars, Mongols against Britons, Indians, Berbers. Let's see. CL, Magyars against Stark, Berbers. To be honest, I think Berbers, the camel civilization, pretty much can counter anything that Magyars is doing, so I'm really interested to see how this game is going. CL is up to feudal age, has no back base, which makes his map quite bad. Actually could wall here, then the main gold would be quite safe, at least something. 3rd gold and 2nd stone forward outside, main stone forward, 2nd gold outside on the other side, 1 relic close, another relic not so far away here. I guess this relic technically in a neutral zone, close to an extra gold, and then going to Stark's map, another extra gold on the left hand side. Stark at 1 relic close, actually walling just in case. The main stone here on the side for Stark, but a 2nd stone and a 2nd gold safe in the back, the 3rd gold safe in the back. The main gold forward is not even the biggest problem of Stark, because the 2 golds in the back will give him some resources here, a lot of resources, some compensation, extra stone even, and the last relic here on the right hand side. CL on the way to castle age. Stark a little bit later, but Stark is the one who is on stone, so it's gonna go for a castle and probably for camel archers, I imagine. Let's see for CL. He is on the way to castle age, going with the barracks. He's gonna go for a stable maybe, I guess it's possible, or just for spears. No, the stable's coming up, and we are going to see knights or light cav on both. I guess Stark CL also going for a monastery, yes. And not going for any extra TCs right now, doesn't have the wood he needs for that. 5 villages on gold. So maybe we're going to see an aggressive approach here with Siege Workshop coming up next. It's possible a few villagers coming up, and actually CL starting the scout production. Stark still on the way to Castle Age. Actually, he's almost there. Here we go. And where's that castle going up for Stark? He is going to put it in front of the main gold, in front of the main TC. At the front of his base. Makes sense. It's a good castle position. And he's doing fletching and bow, so I guess he could go for another TC if he wanted to. We could stay on one TC, go aggressive here, go with a lot of army. And of course, while CL is trying to take map control right now and attacking the scout, Stark's Camel Archers coming up, Camel Archers. Stark will have an easy time to get rid of those scouts actually, and Stark should be able to get the map control. The thing is, CL up faster. He is going to take as many relics as possible. Also going with the second TC now. In my book, that's too close to the blacksmith, to be honest. And TC number 3 coming up as well. This TC, I guess, is alright on the main gold here. Now, Stark going with the first Camel Archers, +1 is done. We've seen fletching coming through 4. And CL is going for the second relic. He's going to bring that back into his monastery. Now, Stark is going with extra TCs. One on the wood line here. Is he going for another TC? Yes, coming up on this wood line. Could have gone close to the gold, but I guess he wants to put a mining camp here later on and have more space on around TC for farmland. And we have minor fights happening in the middle with the Camel Archers trying to intercept the monks, but those monks can die fast here. Actually, 1 conversion only for 2 monks. That's a good fight here from Stark, and he can go back into the safety of the castle. That means the knights and scouts can't actually really approach that castle, cannot follow those Camel Archers. And Stark is just going to add in more. Thing is, Stark is still not going for the relics, which is surprising for me, and CL is trying to get all the relics in. That's number 3 coming up for him, also wheelbarrow coming in from CL. Stark with 3 Womb Villages right now, and CL has the 3 TCs up and running, I think, going for a few more farms around the mill here, going with stable number 2, and also sending another monk to take the 4th relic. So he's only missing 1, I think he can see it, yes. And CL is gathering a lot of relics here. Stark now doing wheelbarrow, but both players again going for economy over like aggression. And Stark is still adding in a lot of Camel Archers, so he will go aggressive. In mid to late Castle Age, the Siege Workshop is coming up now, and he will try to go in, try to do the damage in late Castle Age probably. CL doing handcart. This looks to me like CL may prepare Imperial Age already, but he is low on food still, I guess because he invested into knights and scouts here. Still going for a few monks, I don't know. He's got 3 monks on the field, bloodlines and handcart, and got finished bloodlines coming in, also going for stone now. And CL is moving out to get the last relic, possibly. Now Stark with an outpost and a second outpost coming up, so Stark will be able to see the main stone if he didn't see it already. I guess he can see it now, and CL should be able to grab that relic here. Stark is concentrating in the middle, going for a battering ram and going for an outpost rush. I have to pause here. But no time to lose, let's continue. And Stark's battering rams soon to come out of that Siege Workshop. A lot of Camel Archers on the field, +2 is done and +1 defense. I think Stark is missing Bloodlines, doesn't have a stable yet. Bloodlines is really important when you take major fights here. His battering ram not going down, there's too many Camel Archers hitting those knights and scouts. But CL going in with the last relic, so he will have 5 relics. Siege Workshop coming up for him in a defensive position. And CL not so far behind in villager numbers, chain barding armor on the way. Stark now, very good resources, will be able to go to Imperial Age. And let's see, we have all 5 relics for CL, that means the relic countdown starting, standard victory, and Stark saying, what the fuck, you know this is not on the rules, right? But I guess CL can't really read this, put it out, go, so CL knows about the relics and knows he should put them out later on. Stark complaining here, and he complained in the first game about Arabia 2. But, to be honest, the game settings in the game room can be seen by both players, like hidden civs outside the game room. So you can see the map, you can see the victory conditions, you can see the difficulty, actually, I think, which should be set on standard, not hardest. And that means CL is not really to blame here, because both players are responsible for the game settings. And Stark, again, in my opinion, acting a little like a child, acting unsportsmanlike and complaining again. He's continuing to play here, obviously, and I don't know if G-Man was around at that time. I know that later on there was no admin around, and we're going to see the drama continue, at least in this series as well. But for now, let's focus on this attack. Both players on the way to Imperial Age. This gate going down, and the Camel Archers and the Mangonel will move in. A few monks and a lot of knights waiting for those camel archers. I think Stark should add in some camels and he would be fine. The monks still around are gonna help him a lot, and that's one conversion. The rams will die because Stark is suddenly going away with the camel archers, and both players still waiting for Imperial Age. Stark good resources, could go for Bracer Chemistry immediately. Possibly has ballistics already. CL actually really low on gold, doesn't have too much gold, but 5 relics and those villagers on the main gold. Now moving out with a lot of knights here, Cavalier probably coming in plate boarding. Now Star going for Hemi Camel, for Bloodlines, Bracer and Conscription. May even be able to go for the Elite Camel Archers very soon. CL moving out with another castle on the left hand side protecting the stone and gold. But this is within range of this castle's trebuchets that can actually be put up inside Stark's base. Now Stark probably going to produce a few of those camels now while waiting for the heavy camel upgrade. And with camel archers and heavy camels on the field, I think the knights, soon to be Cavalier, won't have an easy time, and a few monks are not going to really be too helpful. Outpost being rebuilt here from Stark. CL moving to the left hand side, taking the extra gold on the map now. And Stark has heavy camels on the way. Where's the camels actually moving? I don't see them. First trebuchet is out to hit that castle. Counter trebuchet immediately. Paladin on the way from CL, and I'm really surprised that Stark is not going to fight this army yet. We have one trebuchet captain on the way. There is the heavy camels, only +2 defense, but +4 on the way. Iron casting also on the way, so around the 35-minute mark, Stark is getting all the important upgrades, except for the elite camel archer, but he can go for that later on if he wants to. And we do see 2 trebuchets doing nothing right now from Stark, 1 idle trebuchet here from CL, and both players are still waiting. Nobody's really engaging here. The camel archer will go down fast. Stark 2 castles. Does he have 2 castles? CL only 1. CL got 1 castle here. Yes, that's alright. And CL waiting for the Paladin upgrade, and I guess after that he will try to move in with the Cat Rams. Trebuchet hitting that siege workshop. Nobody going for any the other player's castle here. I'm not surprised. Stark knows about CL's castle. CL knows about Stark's castle, but they're still waiting. Camel archers now moving out. Guilds plus furnace, and the relics are on 80 years right now. Paladins moving forward, moving back. The army is actually just waiting, just smelling the air and trying to figure out when can I go in, when do I have the better position. And I'm gonna keep an eye on the relic count. I hope it's not gonna go down to 0, but in theory it's possible. And then again, it's really hard to tell who is to blame here. I think both players really are. Heavy scorpions coming in from CL, this could be interesting. I think Stark should attack the castle and then go in with all the hemi camels and the camel archers behind that. Only thing is, Stark I think needs the elite camel archer upgrade. That's a very important one. Magrabi camels is a very good idea to regenerate camel troops. And now the trebuchet will go down. Stark saying relics, and CL actually, yeah, Stark paying attention. CL dropping out 1 relic, putting it back in. So the game will continue. Very nice to see that CL is reacting immediately. Very fair play at this point. And the relics are back on, so the 5 relics coming in, 2 Andreas remaining. The game will continue. And I think it's a good idea for Stark to actually tell CL about the relics here, because CL may forget about it, makes sense, but Stark doesn't want to lose the game like this. Heavy Scorpion's gonna do a lot of damage here, but there's not too many of them, and a lot of camels taking on those paladins, fully upgraded paladins, but also fully upgraded heavy camels, and the camel archers behind that non-elite are gonna do the rest of the damage. You can see the camels are stronger than the paladins here, and those cat rams are really not doing a lot. CL lost the castle, CL is going to lose a lot of his army, and it looks like Stark is now gaining map control. As I said, what can you do with Magyars against Berbers here? The camels are just so pretty damn strong. And once those camel archers are elite, I don't think there is a way for CL to actually counter this army. Maybe halberdiers, elite skirmishers and paladins, but you need to have a good micro even with the trash only. On the left hand side, those few villagers are getting attacked now. Stark controlling 2 more golds and going with the castle where CL's castle was before. He's also covering the stone with that castle. Elite camel archer finally on the way. CL reacting, doing pikemen, going for halberdier probably. You can see the 4 trebuchets hitting the siege workshop and possibly the stables next. We do see CL opening the walls to go to the paladins, but the heavy camels are just waiting for this opening of the wall, going into attack, more paladins, 1 trebuchet remaining, but CL again losing so much army, and Stark is 66 against only not even 10 military units. This is not looking good for CL, and CL is actually calling the GG. I think with 148 years remaining, the counter would have dropped to 0 if CL didn't put it out, but like this, Game 3 with a standard victory condition, Stark moving in with his camel troops and winning the game. Actually, I think it was a Civ win, but you need to be a good player to play well, to use the Civ advantage here. That's what Stark did. And again, I think setting the game room straight or getting this the right settings is in the responsibility of both players here. So nobody is to be blamed about the standard victory. Game 4 coming up. 2 civs remaining, and I think if I was CL, I would like to play Mongols against the Britons here, because he can go siege rams, but against Stark's Britons, CL picked Franks. So let's see the game. Both players are up to feudal age. Main gold forward here from Stark. 1 villager idle, that's not looking good. 3rd gold forward outside. The 2nd gold, where is that actually? Oh no, that's the 2nd gold, and 3rd gold is even more forward, more on the left hand side. Actually not really forward, but outside, and pretty far outside. 2nd stone and main stone safe in the back from Stark, but no safe gold. The map really not looking good for him, or really not too good. And then he had deer inside, which is nice. Let's go for CL. Main gold on the side. CL space really not so much better. Extra gold in the back, and the 2nd stone is safe in the back. But the main stone forward on the left hand side. 2nd and 3rd gold outside for him. Extra gold here on the left, and 2 relics as you can see here. More relics on the right hand side. Extra stone, 2 relics here. The last relic is closer to Stark, but not really close. More or less in a neutral zone. You can see CL has gone for a stable and has those 54 HP scout calf. Yes, that's a plus 20% bonus for the Franks. And trying to take map control, going with the monastery here, going with the TC on the wood line, not so far away from the main gold. And I guess TC number 3 will come up very soon. He's got the wood for that. Yes, TC number 3 coming up on the main gold. Not going with any more knights or scouts right now. I guess 3 is enough for him at this point, and he's gonna go with the monks to try and collect the relics. Let's see for Stark. What are you doing? Stark is putting up a castle in front of the main gold. Nice castle spot, going for longbowmen immediately. I think Stark in this game maybe should consider to go for a few relics. He's got a 2nd TC in the back here on the wood line, not so far away from the main stone. And I guess also Stark will be going for another TC very soon. Of course, the Britons, they are also cheaper. 2 scouts now moving in to maybe try and get one of those villagers, but they have loom. Should no villagers going down unless they are injured already. The thing is, CL by that move going into the base, actually able to grab a lot of the relics again. He's got 1 in, he's gone for the 2nd relic with the monk here, and he's sending another monk out to go for number 3, which is guarded by scout still. The longbowman from Stark trying to defend and actually taking on 1 of the scouts, but CL now running away, and that means 6 longbowmen are kept busy to hunt down 1 scout. CL happily taking, happy of course, CL, happy is his other name here, happily taking all the relics, going for number 3 and 4, and he's going to be able to go for number 5 as well. I don't think Stark may be able to take that monk down, and now he might be able to go for at least 1 of those relics, because the longbowman can go forward, but the scout is still alive, and that means CL should have a lot of scouting information about Stark's base. Stark can't see a lot about CL's base, so he doesn't know about CL's relatively bad map, and CL you can see pretty much everything there is to know about Stark's base. Now let's see who is going for that last relic. Can CL actually pick it up? Not for now. The longbowman patrolling on the right hand side. CL 60 villagers against only 57 this time from Stark. Makes sense, Stark needed to go for a castle first. And looks like CL may be able to save up for Imperial Age very soon. Now, Britons should be the favorite to Franks here, but I guess if CL can go for full Paladins, he may be able to actually counter everything there is. Halberdiers, massed Halberdiers may be needed. I don't see a good unit composition other than the Paladin here for Franks, to be honest. Elite skirmishers won't really do the trick, and Franks, as far as I remember, don't get a siege ram upgrade. Onager might be useful, but with a little bit of micro, elite longbowman can actually destroy onagers quite fast and from a huge distance, of course. TC number 4 is up from CL, and Starkstone is going aggressive now. Actually got a pedded forward here. The Mangonel will not be in range. Actually 7 range for both right now. Both are coming in for Stark, and that's 1-2 peddards will be enough. Stark is gonna face a few building walls here once he's going in. There is the 2 peddards moving in, and Stark can CL can see those peddards, but Stark could also see the gate coming up. So this is open now. Ooh, some knights being prepared. Of course, 120 HP and +1 defense is done. That means the longbowmen need to go back, and I think they need to focus fire down the knights. Right now, the longbowmen only on flight, and that makes sense. I guess underneath the castle the fight is a lot easier here, and now we do see the Mangonel, but it's not going to do a lot. Castle coming up forward for CL actually. Is he sending villagers there? Yes, and he's on the way to Imperial Age. While Stark resources not looking bad, but is still missing a few units, a few hundred food to go up. He is on 4 TCs as well. That means he's now with a better villager number here, going for a huge economy. A lot of houses in the back here, and he will be able to go for another castle soon. He also has clicked up to Imperial Age. CL will be there first, and we do see 1, 2, 3, 4 stables right now. Knight production still going. CL will be able to go for Cavalier immediately and should be able to go for +4 defense. And I think over time, like around minute 33 maybe, he should be able to click Paladin as well. He's with a lot of villagers on that extra gold already, and on the left hand side he's not taking gold yet, which is surprising to me, because right now CL has map control, market coming up for him, plate barding armor, Cavalier on the way immediately, it makes sense. University and archery range is coming up, so maybe we are going to see elite skirmishes actually, and the first trebuchet coming out to be able to hit Stark's castle that is in the front here. Stark has only 1 castle. Is he building another one? I think not yet. Where's the second stone from Stark? Should be in the back here. He has taken that right now, but he has only 1 castle at this point, and there's still a lot of stone left to mine, and a lot of longbowmen in that castle actually completely filled 20, but only now he can go for a trebuchet, and that means 2 trebuchets already hitting that castle before Stark will be able to get his first one up. Chemistry on the way from CL as well. Is he going for leather archer armor? Is he going for elite skirmishers? I don't think he should go for hand cannoneers. Doesn't really make sense. And we are 33 minutes into the game. CL can almost afford a paladin upgrade. Missing a little bit of food here, so it takes a minute or 2 longer, but he's creating a lot of Cavalier, and I think that's the reason he cannot afford paladin yet. Now there's the first counter trebuchet, and Stark is repairing that castle with a lot of villagers. The thing is, 3 trebuchets against 1. You know how this is going to end. Pikeman upgrade is done. Werewolf coming in, very important upgrade here from Stark. Is he actually doing it? Not sure. It was shown up, but he's going for conscription first, so I guess Werewolf was not finished. And we do see a second gate coming up behind that, just to make sure that CL cannot go in. CL actually going for hand cannoneers, maybe against the halberdiers. Can he afford that actually? Stark's low in resources, but he's got a lot of those longbowmen already. Are they elite yet? I don't think so. And Stark only 1 castle. This is not a good build. Now 0, because he just lost that castle, and he doesn't have enough stone to build another one. I'm not sure why. That means CL should have an advantage here, and with the hand cannoneers in the mix, once he gets rid of those halberdiers, the paladins, or soon-to-be paladins, will be really strong. You can see the resources from CL, missing a little bit of food still, and the paladin click should come in. 3850, CL will have paladins. Bomber clans now moving forward. Trebuchet is still fighting. Not sure if Werewolf was done. Very nice upgrade. Britain's trebuchets are just very, very strong. But CL is attacking the gates now, and I think he should just wait for the paladin upgrade to finish before moving in, because then we have the strongest unit, or the strongest standard unit, let's go like this, in the game. Is it the strongest? I guess so, I'm not really sure, but there are a few better unique units. Okay, the elite battle elephants from New Civilizations, this might be the new strongest standard unit. It's still unique, I feel. Paladin upgrade soon to be finished. Doesn't really matter, because CL is waiting for his chance to attack here. More gates coming up, more walls, and fortified wall actually done. Makes a lot of sense, but CL got a really nice army composition here. Still got a little bit of gold left to spend, and is still mining second and third gold. He has been taking the extra gold here. That means a few idle villagers come around, and he's now going for that second extra gold as well, with 5 relics in the monastery. You can't really counter this. CL is gonna have so much gold available. Stark going for a full boom probably was a little bit too slow to counter-attack, and now he's in a defensive position. Problem for Stark is he cannot take his second and third gold, because they're also outside, and CL has map control. Chemistry and 2 men so coming in. Those longbow are not elite. Stark does not have a castle. What are you going to do here? CL got so many resources. And the gate about to fall. That means we're going to see a lot of paladins move in. 81 military units, and it's only gold units. This is huge. Now the paladins coming up, fully upgraded, 192 HP. Halberdiers will be a good counter, but the hand cannoneers are helping a lot. The elite longbowmen, oh sorry, only longbowmen, not attacking the hand cannoneers. It's a big mistake in my opinion. And like this, the halberdiers falling really fast. CL moving forward with trebuchets. I think this might be GG in a few minutes because CL got the paladins and he's got a lot of them. No more halberdiers on the field here from Stark. I don't see any of them. Few now being created going into the barracks, but the paladins moving in, trying to maybe find some villagers. Actually, Stark preparing arbalest. He's got one more castle. Paladins moving into the economy of Stark. Actually, nice building wall here, separating two parts of his economy. But there you go. Paladins moving in, going for a lot of villagers. Stark is going to lose villagers, dropping below 100 very soon. Yeah, only 90 left. The halberdiers now moving, and CL also creating more and more villages. Stark got a good amount of gold in the bank, but he's not spending it on arbalest. He's not producing too much, probably busy. Now at this point, CL low on gold, he could sell some resources, and he probably still producing paladin from all the stables here. Or from most of them. Of course, producing with forward stable makes more sense. And he's still raiding, still getting rid of a lot of armies. Stark is trying to hold, but it's not looking good for him. CL got enough stone for another castle, got enough stone for a lot of trash units, resources for a lot of trash units. And he's moving forward with the trebuchets to get rid of that other castle that Stark has. Town, which because why not? A lot of villagers on that extra gold. Now also taking the third gold, even with only one villager, but it's alright. And Stark now calling GG, well played. Yes, actually, CL with a really strong game here. Franks against Britons. You cannot allow Franks to go paladins and go for all that gold, but that's what's happened in the game. Stark probably choosing this wrong strategy, I guess. And we are going into the last of the draft games, game number 5, but no match game yet. And there we have Mongols against Indians. Let's go. Not sure what the better civilization is on Arena. I guess Indians should be better with the cheaper villagers and those imperial camels, but I'm not sure how this game is going. CL is up to village. Stark on the way there has the barracks up. He's going for stable and blacksmith. Makes sense. Stark's base not really too good. We have the main stone safe in the back, but the main that's the only thing safe in the back. The main gold forward, second stone forward outside, second gold inside but forward on the wall, third gold outside. This area is really important for Stark. He needs to protect it or needs to go for map control, and I guess that's what he's doing. One relic close to his base, another relic not so far away on the right hand side. We have then CL's base, second gold safe in the back, extra stone in the back, and the main stone somewhat backish, but he has a really wide map, as you can see, a lot of walls here. Second gold forward outside, main gold forward, second stone forward outside, actually the third gold, sorry for that. Two extra golds on the right hand side, one really close to CL's base, this one in the neutral zone, and another relic, as you can see, close. Extra berries, but that doesn't really matter, I guess. We have a stable also for CL. He's going for light cav, both so coming in. CL is the one who is up to castle age first, and we're going to see a fight for map control with light cav against scouts. We know this is going to end, and there are no spearmen yet. I guess Stark should be able to add in a camel or two, and then he will be fine, but the light cav even going into Stark's base now. There's the first camel, +1/+1, of course, the bonus. And Spearman also trying to run or outrun those light cav, which is not going to happen. So CL's light cav right now running away, getting a little bit of information. Monastery is up for Stark, and the second TC coming up, or first extra TC on the wood line, not so far away from the main stone. We have then the two light cav still alive, trying to run away. They're going to go down over time. I guess they won't really do a lot of damage. We have a TC coming up from CL. That's the third TC on the main gold. And a second TC on the wood line, not far away from the main stone. Good TC spots. The first relic is in from CL. And we do see light cav from both players now, I guess. Did Stark also go for light cav? Yes, he did. He's got that upgrade. And he's going with TC number 3 on the main gold. So both players, 3 TCs up and running then. The camels should be able to do a good job here. Spearman from CL. Monk, actually, did he just convert a light cav? I didn't see if there was a real conversion, just some healing. Guess it doesn't really matter. And CL is going to get one relic in, going for the second relic here on the right hand side. He should go for relic number 3 as well. So he should have the relic majority once again. Housed on 50. This is not good. You should not get housed at this point in the game. 65 population space for Stark, so he shouldn't get housed too early on. And now Stark also going for the relics here. Got one in and should be able to go for the second relic on the right hand side. Yes, I guess he's not going to be able to take this one. Might be possible, but it's unlikely because there's still monks around. Wheelbarrow coming from both players. CL a little bit earlier, and CL 2 villages ahead. So he's got a little bit of an economy advantage, I guess. Farms looking good. Farm numbers. Stark could have more farms actually, looking good for him as well. And players probably pretty neck and neck. CL small advantage when it comes to the relics, and now he's losing the rest of the light cap, but not without taking down another monk here. KD quite similar. I guess there was a conversion or two, I don't know. And Stark now, as you can see, is starting to save up for Imperial Age, I guess, with 2-3 TCs still. So it's not going for 4 TCs this time. I guess 3 TCs should be enough, especially with the Indians, where your villages is cheaper, you could go up faster. And Siege Workshop coming up now forward for Stark. CL also starting to save up resources. 1k wood in the bank, that should not happen. I guess he needs to put up more farms. He's doing that right now, but a little bit late to be honest. And he's not taking the second gold yet, because for now the main gold is safe, and as long as CL can keep it safe, he should take the forward golds, of course. Now Stark got 3 light cav inside. They're getting healed by the monks. We do see Siege Workshop now coming up, and CL again housed, this time on 70 population, and this is not good for CL, because Stark is gonna have more and more of an advantage, because Stark, as far as I could see, was not housed yet, or maybe if he was, I didn't recognize it. And he's got more population, got 3 more villages, he's got more military units, and he will be able will be on the way to Imperial Age very soon. Now housed on 85 actually, saying Stark is not getting housed, and there we go. That's at least 20 seconds where it's housed. Villager idle here. I guess minor fights happening in front. Castle coming up from CL. Skill binding armor, stone shaft mining, gold shaft mining, and Imperial Age click for Stark. Oh, he finally got the gold in. Should have spent that food earlier on, because he had like 1k5 food in the bank, I guess. But it doesn't really matter at this point. And we now have an opening coming up in CL's walls. The thing is, the castle should be able to give a lot of protection to the main gold. And that one light cav, I think, is only going for scouting information. Of course, not allowed taking down another monk here. Bloodlines and hand card on the way from Stark. CL also on the way to Imperial Age. Sorry for that. On Imperial Age, but with less villages. No, he's got 2 more right now actually. Only doesn't have the army that is required, and the Mangonel actually, no, not going down. Light cav down the castle, and the village is repairing. Good job. Monastery now getting attacked with 4 relics in, but I don't think it's going down too fast. There is still that Mangonel defending. And is CL gonna be up to Revol? No. Castle coming up forward from Stark. Stark is up to Imperial Age first. I think heavy camels should come in immediately. Was he going for camels actually? He's got the stables here. Maybe Hussar on the way? No, heavy camel coming up. 2 men saw on the way, and the castle's up, so first trebuchet on the way. We have CL, not enough stone for castle number 3, but he got 2 castles up, and he has gone for Mangedai, also going for trebuchets now. I think he should cancel that Mangedai, go for traps immediately. The first trap coming up here from Stark. Stark only 1 castle, of course. And villager number still quite close. Thing is, CL should be able to go for lead Mangedai if he wants to. Stark, probably not enough resources yet for the Imperial Camel. I'm not sure how much it costs, to be honest. Haven't really checked that. Now we have 2 defensive trebuchets against 1 trebuchet hitting that castle. Of course, CL is repairing the castle, and Stark is going for castle number 2. Actually, Stark taking a lot of map control, taking the extra golds on the right hand side, taking his 3rd gold, and on the left hand side going with the castle on that stone. Should be interesting. This wolf is gonna die. Villagers have loom, of course. Conscription on the way. Elite Mangedai coming in from CL, very important upgrade, but you need castles to be able to create a lot of them. And right now CL is spending the rest of his stone on that repairing that castle. He's got a 3rd castle up and now running. A trebuchet not going down, and there's 1 villager, but he's not repairing. No, there's the villager repairing actually. And the heavy camels moving forward. Fortune coming in. Stark should go for Imperial Camels soon, because Elite Mangedai, once they fully upgrade, are really hard to counter. I guess the Imperial Camel is one of the units that can actually do that. Elite Mangedai missing, Bracer missing Bloodlines, also missing, I guess, Partner Tactics. Not sure about it. Bracer coming in, Ballistics coming in. Heavy Camels plus 5 defense, so fully upgraded there, I think. And Iron Casting Arena from Stark. CL saying, oh, there's a castle on my stone. Let's get rid of that. Going with the trebuchet here, second trap on the way. And Petard's moving in. Can CL actually stop Stark from going in? Apparently so. Not sure how the wall survived. Maybe one of the Petards was dying before it actually reached the walls. But Stark is losing the castle here. Doesn't have two defensive trebuchets. He also lost the castle forward, so CL quite successful in defending for now. Imperial Camel finally on the way from Stark. Chemistry coming in from CL. Bloodlines done. +4. That's the chemistry coming up. It's only missing defensive upgrades and possibly Thumbring and Parthen Tactics. Stark losing another castle here. He's now got 2 trebuchets. And we do see a little bit of a trap fight. No, not really. Actually, Stark attacking the walls and this trebuchet attacking the mining camp. Not sure about that. We still have to wait for more upgrades. Imperial Camel is done 160 HP. Not fully upgraded yet, but soon to be. And we have Elite Mangudai missing. Yeah, there's Parthen Tactics coming, Leather Arch Armor coming in. So this should be an interesting fight. And I think the army numbers will be really deciding. I also, yeah, and that's coming up. I also think Stark should go for Elite Skirmishers. And that's, I think, what's happening. Chemistry and Fletching coming in. Going with a few of those Archer Rangers. And I think the Elite Skirmisher upgrade should come in very soon. Padded Arch Armor, Boatkin, Arrow Ballistics. All the range upgrades. And on the left-hand side, Imperial Camels just waiting for an opening in the walls, but one of the 2 trebuchets going down now, and the Imperial Camels cannot go in. Stark now with map control, I think with a better army right now, because there's not so many Elite Mangudai. Actually, I'm wrong, there's a lot of them. So let's see, big fight happening here. Elite Mangudai have to move back because 160 HP Imperial Camels are quite strong. The thing is, in that little spot here, in that little opening, Elite Mangudai will have a lot of protection from the walls, from the limited space, and they can attack the Imperial Camels easily. On the open field, the Imperial Camels should be better. Heavy Camel coming in from CL. This is a really interesting addition. I think it's not a bad idea, but Stark got a lot of resources in the bank. He can go for a lot of those Imperial Camels, and CL's resources are actually looking good too. He's got 3 castles up and running. That means he can go for a lot of Elite Mangudai. No siege except for trebuchets yet. CL trying to go for the second stone, but it's not happening for now. Stark still controlling the map. On the right hand side, CL trying to wall the gold in. Makes sense. There's a little opening here. As you can see, Stark has mined a lot of those of that gold already, so he should have the gold advantage, except for the relics, which are giving CL a lot of gold as well. And the game could go for quite some time here. Seeing the resources, now we have 50 against 65 military units. The Elite Mangudai moving around inside CL space, interesting. And Heavy Camels now on the way. I think we may need to see the Elite Skirmishers also from CL, because against trash units you don't really want to lose your Mangudai, and the Heavy Camels could do the job. But there's so many Imperial Camels on the field as well that it's not going to be easy. Now the Mangudai in a nice spot underneath that castle, and 1-2 Imperial Camels got converted. That means Stark is going back for now. Needs to have more army here to be able to counter the Elite Mangudai, and the Elite Skirmishers is doing a good job. Now Imperial Camels moving in, but it's not enough. Oh, on the right hand side is still open. CL did not finish the walls here, and we can see the power of the Elite Mangudai. Really strong. Heavy Camels gonna help against the Hussars. Hussars is a really nice addition here, I think. And I'm wondering, are we going to see Pikeman Helmet here later on as well? Not sure. CL selling resources. Stark very good on resources, almost Michi like 135 villagers. CL only 83, and that's not enough in my opinion. I think he needs a few more to be able to keep production up. Castle now coming in from Stark on the left hand side, while CL is trying to take his stone here. Elite Skirmishers moving forward, and Stark is now experiencing the power of the trash units against all those Elite Mangudai, and I think CL needs Hussars as well. The Heavy Camels are too expensive. CL low on food, low on gold, only got wood, abandoned all the farms here, so farm numbers are really not so good for CL, and that's why he has only 200 food but 2k5 wood in the bank. And as you can see, CL calling the cheat sheet, did not have enough economy. I think with a lot of those Elite Mangudai and maybe Hussars, Elite Skirmishers, maybe even Pikemen, he could have been better, could have gone for map control or tried to take the map control back. Like this, Stark doing the right thing, adding in Elite Skirmishers to the Imperial Camels and winning this game number 5. Here is game 6 for the pick between Indians, Incas and Ethiopians, and these settings had been changed from Celts before. CL sadly had the wrong information. I think he got them wrong from one of the translators, let's call it like that. And he did not check the correct settings in the game. Stark got pissed and quitting the game immediately. You can't use the Civ, and Stark saying GB. Stark, I think, left the game room after that, claiming an admin win. Sadly, none of the admins was there. I wasn't there. I was actually, I think I was in the bus at that time, coming home from vacation, and G-Man wasn't around. So Stark left everything, got really pissed here. But this time he got the admin win claim granted, so he's advancing right now 4-2. And CL, very unfortunate for him, didn't have the right information about the game settings, and he had old information and got them confirmed. And it's unfortunate, but there's the problem with the Chinese-speaking players who can't access AOC zone. That's not their fault, and who don't really speak English, I guess. So what's the problem here? The problem is the Chinese need to have a person that is like scheduling for them and something like that. And they had that person was, I hope I called it right, Rennie Chung. We called it Rennie Chung on AOC zone, but he resigned from this, let's call it, job after being very disappointed in the players who didn't bother to like read the translations of the rules and the Civ settings and whatsoever. They were pretty unthankful, I guess. I don't really know what happened there, but he came onto AOC zone and said, I'm not doing that any longer. I don't really want to. Doesn't really benefit me in any way. And like this, CL always had to rely on, I think there was Hyu and Lanshi who helped a lot here. And in this case, it went wrong. So CL actually picked Celts here. And Stark, of course, got his Civs Indians revealed, and that's something he didn't want to have. And maybe there could have been a solution with an admin around where you can say it's going to be a mirror match, or Stark can actually choose the civilizations, can pick them. But like this, Stark disappeared, and this very dramatic and very, I don't know, was the drama unnecessary? But this very almost interesting series is coming to an end without a game here. Stark advancing, and I hope you enjoyed the game still. I hope I could explain something. I hope I didn't get anything wrong here. And if I did, feel free to tell me on the YouTube comments. Maybe this is clarifying a little bit of the drama and of the things that happened between Stark and CL. I am going to show you in the end the brackets. As of right now, you can see Viper and Stark now advancing to the finals of the winner bracket. And in the losers bracket, there is the second semifinals between Winchester and Tato. We knew that before. And now CL, as you can see, dropping back to the losers bracket, going to face Drakon. There is a possibility, and it's very likely to see that Stark is actually losing against Viper, going to the losers bracket, because Viper has lost one game only now against Winchester. We might see CL against Stark again, but we are going to see the losers bracket, and I guess I'm then going to go for the winners bracket after that, and going to cast the games as they come. Of course, not all of them are played yet. As of this point, we're still waiting for some games. We're going to see the grand final yet. Hope you enjoyed this. See you in the next games then. GG.